Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we say good evening for the final time before we get a week off next week for Thanksgiving. As we continue with the first full week of second half action. Tonight, Father Ryan taking on Franklin. We saw Father Ryan on Monday night beat Pope 7-6. Franklin unbeaten 6-0-1. 1 point behind MBA in the race for the GNASH Cup. These two teams met back on October 25th, and Franklin won 3-0. We'll see if they can have a repeat performance tonight or if Father Ryan can get that dangerous top line of Austin Hester, Colton Edwards, and Colin Sullivan to penetrate and get some goals. We'll see how it unfolds over the next hour and a half or so, hour 20. As this is our last game for a week, over a week. Been doing hockey for 8 straight weeks. And we will be taking a break after tonight with no games next week. All right, we got to go over the results from Monday, and we've got one game from tonight already in the books, so let's check out those. First up from Monday, Father Ryan beat Pope Prep MLK GCA 7-6. Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb and MBA finished in a 2-2 tie. Summit Page beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill 11-7. Tennessee Outlaws beat USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 3-2. Rutherford Rampage started out their time as a Tier 2 team, beating Independence Ravenwood 2-0. And Hendersonville Beach Gallatin beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 7-5. A much higher scoring game than between the first two when Hendersonville won last month 1-0. And the first game of tonight is in the books, Centennial beating the Outlaws 4-3. So here are the standings coming into tonight. First up, Tier 1. Summit Page and Father Ryan both at 1-0. You've got MBA and Ensworth both at 0-0-1. Ravenwood and Franklin haven't gotten off the starting line yet. And at the bottom of the standings, you've got Mount Juliet and Pope at 0-1. Tier 2, you've now got Centennial at 2-0. Those are now at 1-1. Hendersonville, USN, and Rutherford all at 1-0. Outlaws will be below them at 1-1. Brentwood, well, they're playing right now. You've got USN at 0-1 and Station Camp at 0-2. So the games tonight going on right now in Antioch in the North Rink. It's getting close to the end there. USN and Brentwood. USN up 4-1 with 10 minutes left, so Brentwood are going to get a rude welcome, it looks like, to Tier 2. Game that should be starting right now or underway by now over on Rink B, Mount Juliet and MBA. Franklin, Father Ryan coming up here on Rink A. And then at 9:15 on the – oh, it's on the North Rink. Okay. It's on the North Rink in Antioch. Ravenwood taking on Ensworth. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing tonight's game. First up, Father Ryan, coached by Kyle Dora, beat Pope on Monday night 7-6. So here are their stats coming into this game. Austin Hester, the leading scorer, 16 points from 7 goals and 9 assists. Colton Edwards, 12 points from 9 goals and 3 assists. Colin Sullivan, 12 points from 5 goals and 7 assists. Jacob Boren, 7 points from a goal and 6 assists. Carter Middleton, 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Merrick McCullers, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Parker Causey, 2 points from assist. Jack Halloran, Chaffin Baggett, and Sam Halloran, each with a point from a goal. Curtis Newman, Jack Sutterth, and Harper Howard, each of a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Zach Fonnesbeck has played in 7 games. His record 3-3. He's played just over 267 minutes. Goals against average of 3.3. No shutouts. He's allowed 21 goals on 209 shots, turned away the other 188. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 90. Riley Barnes has played in 3 games. One of those was a start, the game on Monday against Pope. And he took the loss against Mount Juliet last week because he came in after the halfway point of the game and gave up the winning goal. So his record's 1-1. He's played just shy of 68 minutes. Goals against average of 4.96. No shutouts. He's allowed 8 goals and 55 shots, turned away the other 47. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 85. On to Franklin, coached by Todd Gross, 6-0-1. Began the first half with 4 straight wins over Brentwood, Mount Juliet, Ravenwood, and Pope. Then a tie with MBA, and then back-to-back wins over Father Ryan and Rutherford to close things out. Gavin Akers is the leading scorer. He has 11 points from 3 goals and 8 assists. Hudson Loesch, 10 points from 8 goals and 2 assists. Maclaine Butters, 9 points from 7 goals and 2 assists. Quinn Loesch, 9 points from 5 goals and 4 assists. Hudson Richards and Cale Lewis each have 5 points from 3 goals and 2 assists. Casper Thurston, 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Grant Ace, 5 points from a goal and 4 assists. Brandon Mills, 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Aiden Murphy, 4 points from a goal and 3 assists. Michael Mannion, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Will McCormick, 3 points from assist. Quinn Spencer and Owen McGroarty each have 2 points from assist. Hank Hayes is a point from a goal. And Chase Wagers and Cole Pointer each have a point from an assist. On to goalie play. Both of Franklin's goalies have gotten just about an even, well, not totally even. Grayson Butters has played in 5 games. His record 4-0-1. He's played 210 minutes, goals against average of 2, 1 shutout. That was the game against Mount Juliet on September 27th. He's allowed 10 goals on 78 shots, turned away the other 68. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 87. Chad Jansen has played in 2 games, the game against Ravenwood and Father Ryan, both of which Franklin won, so his record 2-0. Played 84 minutes, goals against average of 1.5, 1 shutout. He's allowed 3 goals on 26 shots, turned away the other 23. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 88. Grayson Butters is going to start in goal for Franklin. Zach Fonisbeck going to start in goal for Father Ryan. For this first period, Franklin will carry the puck from my left to right. Father Ryan from my right to left, as Ryan have yet to send anybody out to take the face-off. This game is underway. Father Ryan, Jacob Borden with a puck at center, backhanding it into the Franklin zone. Now Hudson Loesch trying to clear it out, went into the skates of Austin Hester. Admirals trying to clear, held into the blue line and sent back down low by Colton Edwards. Here's Colin Sullivan being pushed off the puck. He gets back to it in the left wing corner. Passes it around the wall, goes past Hester, and it'll be cleared out by Hudson Loesch. It's now in the Father Ryan zone in the left wing corner. Jacob Borden tried to clear, held into the left point by Hudson Loesch, and his slap shot was blocked along the wall by Jack Sutter. The puck cleared to center, but Hudson Loesch has it, drops it back to Gavin Akers. Akers inside his own zone, passes up the far side. Casper Thurston, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, takes a shot that's stopped and held on to by Zach Fonisbeck, and that takes the first 52 seconds off the clock. Draw it to the right of Fonisbeck. Looked like Franklin won it, but Father Ryan able to take it away and clear it down ice. Oh, and that Gavin Akers almost turned the puck over right in front of his own net. And now Akers will carry it out to center. Akers into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side, getting to the front of the net. A shot, score! Gavin Akers nearly turned the puck over to Harper Howard from right in front of his own net. Then he grabs it back and goes from the end boards of his own zone right to the front of the Irish net and scores to give Franklin a 1-0 lead just 76 seconds into the game. 12:44 to go in the first, and the Admirals have the lead. Draw into the Irish, but they give it away to Franklin. Michael Mannion, far side at center, into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. Gets bumped off the puck. Now here's Hudson Loesch, or Quinn Loesch, excuse me, behind the net, passing it off to Grant Hayes. We got a whistle, though. Father Ryan net got dislodged. Welp, it's a final, folks. USN beat Brentwood 5-1. And I knew that would happen. So Ben Schwartz got to Brentwood, and they lost 5-1. They're saying a Franklin player dislodged the net, so they're going to drop the puck outside the Irish zone. They win the draw. Michael Mannion backhands it over to Quinn Loesch, but offside. I think Grant Hayes went into the zone right before Loesch did with the puck. So they'll drop the puck on the dot right in front of the Irish bench. Franklin will change the line for this one, this draw. Won by the Admirals. Here's Josh Jurjevic. Playing for just his second game of the season. He dumps it into the Irish zone. Puck coming around to the near side. Held in. Hudson Richards shoots it across the front of the net from the right half wall. Now Cole Pointer behind the net gets pushed into the boards. Aiden Murphy backhanding it around to the far side. Passed up to the left point. Josh Jurjevic, he decides to send it back around the kick plate to the right wing side, where it's picked up and carried out by Brendan Malloy, but he got a push from behind by Aiden Murphy and went down. Puck's back in the Franklin zone, but Hudson Richards is controlling it. Here's Richards. Carrying it through center. Back into the Father Ryan zone. Had the puck knocked off his stick. He gets back to it at the end boards, trying to pass it up top. It was blocked by an Irish stick. Brendan Malloy will clear. This will be an icing against the Irish. 11:14 left in the first, and Franklin have a 1-0 lead. Draw be to the right of Fonnesbeck. Won by Franklin, sent towards the front of the net, was slowed up by the stick of Grant Hayes, trying to look for a tip. Merrick McCullers in the left wing corner trying to backhand it up the far boards. It'll be carried out by Austin Hester. Hester now into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Pass in front. Oh, Colton Edwards tried to flick it with a backhand, but he couldn't get on his stick. Edwards with it again on the left wing side. Passes down low. Colin Sullivan. Couldn't hang on to the puck. Quinn Spencer backhanding it up the near side boards. Will McCormick grabs it. He'll carry it out. A 3-on-1 developing for the Admirals. McCormick, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone, puts it in front. But Grant Hayes was backing up too far. Now Michael Jaskowski with a puck. Passes it over to Edwards. Edwards to the far side, and Hester. Hester back in the Franklin zone on the right wing. Hester drops it back. Sullivan. Hester tapped it out in front, smacked away from the crease by Quinn Spencer. Held in, and a shot from McCullers blocked. And Spencer carries it out, loses the puck at center. And now puck in front. And whiffing on it right in front of the net, I think it was Michael Mannion. Now it's put in front again, and a shot. And how on earth did Brandon Mills have that shot? Okay, it was Brandon Mills who whiffed on the shot attempt. And just now Fonnesbeck made an excellent right pad save with half the net open. Now back in the Father Ryan zone, his shot is past the net off the stick of Hudson Loesch. Now it comes back to the Irish net, and it's covered up at the left-hand post by Fonnesbeck. 9:42 left in the first. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw be to Fonnesbeck's left. Won by the Admirals. Gavin Akers trying to keep it alive, but he's forced to cough up the puck at the blue line. Harper Howard brings it into the Franklin zone as it chopped off his stick by Akers. Akers fires it around the glass. How did that not go out of play? It stays in play. And now here's Brandon Mills, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. A shot gloved and held on to by Fonnesbeck. Draw's going to be to Fonnesbeck's left. Looked like the Irish won it. Somebody dropped his stick. And Michael Mannion with a big hit on Jack Sutterth at the end boards behind the Irish net. Now Mannion comes out to the left wing side. Lost the puck. Trying to pass it up to Gavin Akers, and Harper Howard is going to end up icing it. .9:01 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw going to be to the left of Fonnesbeck once again. Grant Hayes with a shot off the draw. It's over the net. Here's Colin Sullivan to center. Sullivan had the puck taken away. Grant Hayes, now Quinn Loesch, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, trying to get around defenders, gets off a shot that's turned away by Fodesbeck. Puck held in at the left point by Hudson Loesch. His shot blocked by Sullivan, goes all the way back into the Franklin zone. Hudson Loesch gets to it. Got to be careful because he's got Colton Edwards behind him. Passes ahead to Grant Hayes. Hayes softly dumps it back into the Irish zone. They clear it out, but it went off the stick of Quinn Loesch on the way out. Hudson Loesch got to wait for a man to get back on side. He does. Brings it back into the Irish zone. Down the right wing boards. Stops in the right wing corner. Passes out. Oh, McGrody, a shot. Stopped by Fodesbeck at the near post. Father Ryan making a line change. Here's Gavin Akers back into the Irish zone on the left wing side. Try to pass the puck off to McGrody. McGrody down low below the goal line. Comes back out to the left wing side. Has McCullers all over top of him. McGrody to the front of the net. His shot off a stick. I don't think it ever touched Fodesbeck. Now the puck put out in front, and again it went off some sticks over to the far side. Chapman Smith tried to clear, but he didn't get enough of a bounce in the clearing attempt, and now it's fired to the other end of the rink for an icing by Noah Deffenbaugh. 7:30 to go in the first. Franklin's still up 1-0. Draw to the right of Fodesbeck. And the puck ended up going out of play. Father Ryan sending it out of play from their own zone, so they'll drop it to Fodesbeck's right again. Draw one by Franklin. Here's a shot from Alex Broy that's over the net from the left wing side. Puck brought out in front for Broy and a backhander wide. Puck's behind the net again. Here's Casper Thureson. Backhanding it out up top. There's a one-timer that's turned away by Fodesbeck. Shot coming from Josh Yurjevich out high. Yurjevich keeps the puck alive at the left point, sends it back down low, but he put it into some Father Ryan skates. It goes out to center. Merrick McCullers, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Shot missed the net. Well to the right of Grayson Butters. Puck now over on the far side. Here's Hudson Richards flipping it up the boards. Jacob Boren sends it back the other way for an icing. 6:33 left in the first. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw is to the right of Fodesbeck once again. The Irish with their top line back out there. Hester, Edwards, and Sullivan. Puck out in front of the Irish net. Here's Brendan Mills' shot, but he had a stick tied up. Puck cleared to center. Quinn Spencer backhanding it ahead, but stolen by Colin Sullivan and brought back into the Franklin zone by Colton Edwards. He tried to pass it to the far side. Austin Hester couldn't get his stick on it. And the Admirals clear it out. Casper Thureson, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone, gets around Jack Sutter, gets off a shot that's gloved and held on to by Fodesbeck. Draw will be to Fodesbeck's right again. One by Franklin, puck sent down low, intercepted by Jack Sutterth. He clears it out. It's sliding into the Franklin zone, but it's going to slow way down before it gets to the goal line, so David Unger has to play it. Got knocked down from behind by Austin Hester. Passed out to the slot by Edwards off the stick of Sullivan. He couldn't hang on to it. Cleared out. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Cleared out by the Irish, but it'll be brought back in by Casper Thurston. He gets knocked down. Puck comes over to Maclaine Butters. Butters with a shot, and Fodesbeck, I think, got a piece of it, and it went out of play. No, the net got dislodged. 5:29 left in the first, still 1-0 Franklin. Draw be to Fonnesbeck's right. Draw one by Franklin. Hudson Loesch carrying it down the left wing wall, getting off a shot, stopped and held onto by Fonnesbeck. He'll drop the puck to his right once more. Franklin win it. Here's Michael Mannion coming around to the right wing side. Put it out in front, but unable to get a stick on it from in front was Quinn Loesch. Now Hudson Loesch's shot. Missed the net. Grant Hayes coming around to the right wing side. Decides to drop it back behind the net for Quinn Loesch. Quinn gets pushed into the boards. Try to put it out in front. Puck goes over to the near side. And Carter Middleton flicks it ahead to Harper Howard. Howard had it knocked off his stick on the back check by Gavin Akers. Now Michael Mannion. Lost the puck, gets back to it inside the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. Passes off Quinn Loesch's shot. Gloved and held onto by Fonnesbeck. 4:41 left in the first. Still 1-0 Franklin. They have 10. I think they have the board reads 10. I think they either have 11 or 12. But no shots on goal yet for the Irish. That's because Franklin had played really well against the Irish's top line. Draw to the right of Fonnesbeck. Won by Father Ryan, but it's still inside the Franklin zone. And now Hudson Loesch with it, trying to get to the front of the net. Got off a shot, I think. Either that, it was chopped off his stick. Puck back in the Franklin zone and immediately cleared. Here's Hudson Loesch taking a bump from Jack Sutterth inside the Father Ryan zone. Austin Hester with a puck. Gets pushed off it. Puck coming around to the near side. Here's Colton Edwards. Tried to clear, held in, and a one-timer from the right point, and Gavin Akers had to be turned away by Fonnesbeck. Puck still inside the zone. Here's Hudson Loesch on the right wing side. Well, they didn't put that shot up. I guess they missed it. And Hudson Loesch stopped looking where he was going, and he lost the puck. Here's Colin Sullivan, right wing side of the Franklin zone. Waiting for help. Passes off. Hester one-timer. That's blocked. Cole Pointer will carry it out. Got pushed off at center by Jacob Boren, and then Jack Sutter tried to clear the zone, but he banks it off. Aiden Murphy, puck goes to the end boards of the Irish zone. And now there's going to be a penalty. Oh, is Aiden Murphy battling with somebody down low. One of the Irish players down low, it was Jacob Boren. And Murphy is going to go to the box for it. Holding and roughing, so, oh boy. He got two penalties at once. So the Irish are going to have a 4-minute power play. 3:33 to go in the first. Irish getting the first power play of the game. It's a double minor power play. And they are up, or they're down, 1-0. Draw one by the Irish. Colton Edwards chasing the puck into the left wing corner. Puts it behind the net, actually sent it around the wall to the far side, trying to, I don't know if he was trying to get it to Sullivan, but now the puck's out at center on the stick of Casper Thurston. Thurston back into the Father Ryan zone. Could not get around the back checker, but the puck comes to Maclaine Butters, and his shot from the high slot is gloved and held onto by Fonnesbeck. Draw is to the left of Fonnesbeck. Puck brought back into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Colin Sullivan turns around, passes up top. Jacob Boren, right point, passes back down the wall. Sullivan back up to the right, or left point. McCullers shot blocked by Casper Thurston. Oh, and then the puck just went over the blue line as Boron grabbed it, and he sent it back in offside, and it was touched up by Austin Hester. 3:14 left in the power play for the Irish. 2:47 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw be on the dot in front of the Admiral bench. as Father Ryan changed the line for this draw. And so do Franklin. Puck ends up in the Franklin zone, immediately cleared out by Gavin Akers. Zach Fonespec sends it around to the near side. 3 minutes left in the power play for Father Ryan. They turn the puck over at center. Here's Quinn Loesch. Backhanding it off the near boards back into the Father Ryan zone. Here's Jack Sutterth. Behind his own net. Puck was knocked off his stick. Merrick McCullers clears it out, but it comes right to Hudson Richards, who slaps it back into the Irish zone. Here's Harper Howard. Howard to center, getting around some defenders into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. A shot off a stick and over the net. Off the stick of the back-checking Richards, I think. Gavin Akers tried to clear, but he hits Carter Middleton. Puck came to the slot, and Gavin Akers beat Harper Howard to it, poked it away, and now Quinn Loesch fires it to the other end of the rink. Great defensive play by Franklin. Irish having trouble getting to the puck inside their own zone. They have it now, brought to center by Colton Edwards. First half of the double minor is done, so Franklin have killed off one power play. They got to kill off another. Puck out on the far side at center. Colin Sullivan passing over to the near side, and Jacob Boron passing to the far side, and Edwards. Edwards to the near side. Hester tried to go back to Edwards, and it was swatted away by Grant Hayes. Here's Sullivan. Trying to get it over to Hester. Puck ends up back in the Franklin zone, but it's going to be slapped to the other end of the rink by Hudson Richards. Final minute of the first. Michael Jaskowski passing the puck up the near wall to Colin Sullivan, who turns it over. Here's Michael Mannion making his way to the left wing side, and he couldn't get off a shot, so he'll have to go around the back of the net. Comes out to the right wing, passes up top to the left point. Josh Yurievich fires it back down the wall to the end boards. Grant Hayes to the puck in the left wing corner. 1 minute left on the power play for the Irish. 30 seconds left in the period. Puck carried to center by Colton Edwards. Edwards, now Sullivan. Sends it to the end boards of the Franklin zone. Jacob Bourne wanted to put it out in front, couldn't get his stick on it. Here's Quinn Spencer up, couldn't get it on, couldn't get to the puck. Edwards with it behind the net. Now Boron on the left wing side, passes up top. Hester, Austin Hester, over to Edwards on the right half wall. Put out in front, and it went off the stick of Grayson Butters, came over to Jacob Boren, who couldn't keep it on his stick. It's cleared out by Franklin, and that's it for the first. 26 seconds of power play time will carry over to the second period for the Irish. Well, Gavin Akers scored a coast-to-coast beauty just 76 seconds in, and that was all the scoring in the first as Franklin lead Father Ryan 1-0 after one. Second period underway. The Irish with 26 seconds of power play time carrying over. And the first shot on goal of the game for the Irish from Harper Howard is steered away by Grayson Butters. And Franklin immediately fired the puck to the other end of the rink. Zach Fonespec still in goal for Father Ryan. For the second period, Father Ryan are carrying the puck from my left to right, Franklin from my right to left. Chaffin Baggett, whiffs on a pass attempt. and almost had it taken away, and now he doesn't have it taken away by Owen McGorty, who lost it. Let it drift off his stick out of the zone. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. They just killed off a 4-minute power play. So big ups to the Admirals. Here goes Hudson Loesch through center. Into the Father Ryan zone. Round a defender. Has to go round the back of the net. Puts it out in front. Oh, and Aiden Murphy shanks the one-timer. Clearing attempt held in by Cole Pointer. Passes over Gavin Akers, who has the only goal of the game so far. Akers maneuvering around defenders. Oh, tried to pass it over to Pointer, who didn't know he was going to go to him. Pointer backhands it to the inboards. Puck in the right wing corner. Clearing attempt held in Akers. Akers shot from out high. Misses the net to the left of Fonisbeck. Puck passed up to the left point. Hudson Loesch a one-timer. And a deflection by Owen McGorty was on goal. Stopped by Fonisbeck. Now McGorty gets pushed down from behind. Puck flicked over to the near boards. Chaffin Baggett is going to end up icing it. 12:37 left in the second. 1-0 Franklin. As the Admirals kill off that 4-minute power play. Draw will be to the right of Fonisbeck. Won by the Irish, but held in by Franklin. Here's Maclaine Butters, left wing side. Passes the puck behind the net. Will McCormick tried to drop it back out in front to Butters. It was knocked away from him. Jack Sutterth with it now for the Irish. Backhanding it around the wall to the far side. Colton Edwards wants to clear. He's squeezed up against the boards. Here's Maclaine Butters. On the right wing side. Passes up top to the right point. Hudson Richards shot through traffic. Went off a stick and past the net. Puck out in front, and Austin Hester swats it away. Jacob Borno carried to center. Backhanded ahead to Hester. No, it's intercepted. And then it's turned back over to Colin Sullivan, who dumps it back into the Franklin zone. Hester had to get back on side, though. Josh Jurjevich. And Colton Edwards almost intercepted a pass attempt from Jurjevich, and the pass attempt from Edwards in the right wing or left wing corner. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Sullivan. Pass attempt from Sullivan in the left wing corner went off of Hester and out all the way back into the Father Ryan zone. And now the Irish send the puck back into the Franklin end. Here's Colin Sullivan on the right wing. Moving up top. Spinning around. Has to drop it around the kick plate. Hester flicks it behind the net for Edwards. Trying to come out in front. Put it out in front, but nobody in a purple sweater is there. It's going to go all the way back down into the Father Ryan zone. Here is Jacob Boron. Boron passes up the far wall. Hester. Passes over Sullivan. Right wing side of the Franklin zone, but offside. Somebody from Father Ryan's top line moved too quickly. 11:08 left in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw is on the dot in front of the Father Ryan bench. Franklin have it. They clear it out of their own zone. Michael Jaskowski having trouble trying to move it ahead. It ends up back in the Irish zone, drifting along the blue line. Jaskowski gets to it. He'll carry it out. Trying to pass it to Chapman Smith, but he was behind the red line, and it missed Smith, and it goes into the Franklin end for an icing. Draw will be to the left of Zach Fonisbeck. Won by Franklin. Brandon Mills. Now Casper Thurston puts it in front. Maclaine Butters, a backhander stopped by Fonisbeck, and he'll lay out and cover. Draw to the left of Fonisbeck again. Franklin with it. Butters, right wing corner. Drops it behind the net. Brandon Mills. Drops it back for Casper Thurston. Thurston comes out to the left wing side. Thurston moves over to the right wing. Passes up top to David Unger. Unger now moving down the right wing. Drops it down low, and putting it out in front was Casper Thurston, but nobody in a white sweater could get to it. Here's Harper Howard. Shooting on goal from just behind the Franklin blue line. Turned away. by Grayson Butters, and that's just the second shot on goal for the Irish, and both of them have come from Harper Howard. Puck out in front of the Franklin net, picked up and cleared out by Maclaine Butters, even though it went off the stick of Carter Middleton on its way out, so it went out pretty slow. Now Jacob Boren sending it back into the Franklin zone on the far side. Here's Quinn Spencer. Behind his own net, passes to his left, banks it off the near boards and back into the Irish zone, past the stick of Jack Sudderth. It's out on the far side of the Franklin zone, Sudderth with it. Passes up the far boards. Here's Colin Sullivan, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Trying to put it in front, got off a shot that's turned away by Butters. First shot from somebody from Father Ryan who's not Harper Howard. He had Colton Edwards standing at the left-hand side of the net. He was trying to get a rebound. Puck comes to Hester. Now Edwards. Edwards shot through traffic. Stopped and covered up by Butters. First time that Butters has covered up the puck in this one. 9:04 to go in the second. 1-0 Franklin. As Father Ryan's top line trying to make something work. Draw beat to Butters left. Draw one by the Irish. Grant Hayes takes it away and clears it. Puck on the far side at center. Quinn Loesch. Passes to the near side, but Colin Sullivan's going to get there. Carries it back into his own zone. Going to go behind his own net. Calling for it was Mannion, trying to trick Sullivan, but Sullivan doesn't fall for it. Grant Hayes chasing Sullivan. Sullivan skating around below the goal line. Now he'll pass ahead to Edwards. Edwards out at center, and it knocked away. Knocked off his stick by Mannion. Sullivan back ahead to Edwards. Edwards back into the Franklin zone. Try to pass it over to Austin Hester. That was flicked away by Gavin Akers, but Hester does have the puck now, but he's pinned up against the boards, and Akers takes it away. Passes up the far side. Off the stick of McGroarty. Back into the Irish zone. Zach Fonnesbeck flicks it to the far boards. Here's Michael Mannion. Mannion behind the net. Comes out to the left wing. Out to the slot. Puck knocked off his stick. Held in and backhanded back to the end boards by Akers. Quinn Loesch sends it around to the far side. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is Quinn. It was number 29. Keep worrying I get them confused, but no, that is. Hudson is out here, though. Here's a shot from the right point. Stopped by Fonnesbeck. Rebound. McGroarty off a stick and past the net. Gavin Akers, right point. Another shot off the stick of Hudson Loesch, or Quinn Loesch, and over the net. Here's Hudson Loesch. Gets knocked into the boards. McGroarty with it pinned up against the kick plate. Hester with it now. Clears it out to center, but right to Hudson Loesch. Loesch trying to get away from Colin Sullivan. Brings it back into the Irish zone on the left wing side. Hudson Loesch around the back of the net. Puck comes out to the right point. Gavin Akers, a shot. Stopped and covered up by Fonnesbeck. 7:09 left in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw be to Fonnesbeck's left. One by Franklin. Will McCormick behind the net. Comes around to the left wing side. Trying to hand it off to Josh Yurievich. Was smacked out of the zone by Chaffin Baggett. McCormick catches up to it inside his own zone. Passes over to Hudson Richards. Richards backhanding it through center. Back into the Father Ryan zone. It's on the left wing side. Picked up by Jack Sudderth, but Cole Pointer disturbed him a bit and forced him to turn the puck over. Now here's Pointer up. We're going to get a whistle. And we're going to get an interference call. And Aiden Murphy is going to go back to the box. Well, Aiden's got to be careful here. This is his third penalty of the game. Going off for interference. So the Irish back to the power play, down 1-0 with 6:36 to go in the second. Draw be to the right of Grayson Butters. Franklin win the draw, and they get it out of the zone. Here's Casper Thurston through center. Into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing. Gets off a shot. Stopped in the 0-2 by Fonnesbeck. Father Ryan will change the line. They'll bring the Stars back out. Draw will be to Fonnesbeck's right. One by Franklin. Casper Thurston sends it to the inboards. Maclaine Butters. Austin Hester got in front of him. Hester has the puck. Hester trying to stretch pass it up the far side. Colton Edwards with it at center. Edwards into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Hudson Richards gives him a bump. He drops it up the wall for Jacob Boron. Now it's back behind the net for Edwards. Edwards passes out to the far side. Hester, just kept it inside the zone. Just kept it atop the blue line. Here's Sullivan. Down low up top to McLean, Merrick McCullers. McCullers sending it to the front of the net, and Josh Jurjevich smacked it away from in front. Here's shot from Colton Edwards in the left wing, misses. And we get a whistle. We're going to have a penalty against the Irish. Jacob Boron is going to go to the box. But for what? I didn't see the call, but we're going to have exactly a minute of 4-on-4. 5:37 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. So Father Ryan going to have to do without one of their top guys, or top defensemen. Draw will be to Zach Fonnesbeck's right. Everybody went to his left. They have to go to his right. Draw one by Father Ryan. Merrick McCullers clears it out. Well, once this penalty against Franklin expires, they'll be on the power play for the first time. Hudson Loesch, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Gets around McCullers. Can't get around Hester, who ends up flicking it out of play off the glass. Draw be to Fonnesbeck's right again. One by Franklin. Brandon Mills from the faceoff dot sends it into the right wing corner. Here's up. Gavin Akers overskated the puck. Carter Middleton out there now in place of Sullivan. Here's Colton Edwards at center. Gavin Akers jumped in from behind and took the puck away from him. Brandon Mills back in the Father Ryan zone, moving over to the right wing. Drops the puck up top to Hudson Richards. Was broken up by Edwards, but Franklin keep it in. Hudson Loesch, slap shot, blocked by the skate of McCullers. Puck comes back to Loesch. Another shot, blocked by McCullers. Here's Edwards. Right wing side of the Franklin zone, a shot. I think it would have missed the net, but Grayson Butters gloves and hangs on just to be safe. 5 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 4:42 to go in the second. Franklin up 1-0. The Admirals about to go on the power play for the first time. Draw be to Butters left. And they win the draw. Clear it out to center. Penalty time against Aiden Murphy is up. Franklin on the power play for almost a minute as Harper Howard took the puck away at center, brings it back into the Franklin zone, but Casper Thurston jumps in and takes it away from him as the Admirals look to get the power play going. Hudson Richards now, right wing side of the Irish zone. A shot stopped by Zach Fonnesbeck. The rebound out in front of the net. And a shot from Casper Thurston stopped. And then he gets off a rebound try, and they blew the whistle. There's a tussle right in front of the crease between Josh Jurjevich and Carter Middleton. And I guess it was a crease violation against Franklin because they're dropping the puck outside the zone. 31 seconds left of the power play for the Admirals. 4:09 to go in the second. Still 1-0. Franklin. Colin Sullivan out playing with Harper Howard. Franklin win the draw. Here's Hudson Richards, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Goes around the back of the net. Puts it out in front, and it's cleared away by the Irish. Going to be held into the right point by Quinn Spencer. He moves down the wall. Spencer goes behind the net, gets knocked into the boards by Merrick McCullers. Here's Maclaine Butters. Butters comes out in front, trying to put it in front for Richards, who had his back to the net. Josh Jurjevich Banks the puck off the end kick plate, sent around to the far wall by Merrick McCullers. Penalty time against Father Ryan is up. They're back at even strength. Shot in the right half wall. Stopped. Here's the rebound. Score! Maclaine Butters. Initial shot came from the right half wall, and Spencer Fonisbeck made the save. The puck leaked out to Butters. He got him a shot. Fonisbeck stuck out the stick. It looked like he was going to make a fantastic save, but it deflected off it and went in. And the Admirals finally have some breathing space. They can take a 2-0 lead with 3:31 to go in the second. So Franklin's persistence pays off, and they finally get a second goal. In the first meeting between these two teams last month, as Franklin ended up committing an icing after winning the draw, Franklin scored past the midway point of the first and then didn't score again until past the midway point of the third. Here they scored just over a minute into the game, and then they don't score again until just under 4 minutes left in the second. But they have breathing space now. Draws to the left of Butters. Franklin win the draw. They cough it up at center. Jack Sutter sends it back into the Admiral zone. Franklin have it. Comes to Michael Mannion at center. He backhands it back into the Father Ryan end. Puck in the left wing corner. Comes out to the left point, and a shot from the left point was blocked. It actually ended up going towards the front of the net. Here's Mannion on the left wing side now. Sending it up to the left point, Hudson Loesch. Loesch moving back down, goes across to Mannion on the right wing side. Mannion moving out towards the blue line, passes off Akers. Akers holds, puts it in front. Grant Hayes with a tip, it missed the net. Hudson Loesch was there in front trying to whack it in after the tip from Hayes, but couldn't get his stick on it. Then he tries to pass up top to Akers, and it went off the stick of Brendan Malloy on its way out. Is it Brendan or Brandon? Yeah, it's Brendan. I'm always worried I get that wrong. It is Brendan Malloy. Here come the Admirals again. Gavin Akers through center. Into the Father Ryan zone, taking a shot off the right leg pad of Fonisbeck. Akers battling with Sutter, puts it behind the net. Here's Mannion. Michael Mannion on the right wing. Trying to pass up the far boards, but Colton Edwards gets to it and clears it. It's back in the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Colin Sullivan has the puck. Passes off Edwards. Edwards gets pushed off by Grant Hayes. Puck on the inboards. Big tie-up for it. And the Admirals come up with it. Puck ends up back in the Father Ryan zone. Merrick McCullers will backhand it out. Then it comes back into the or Father Ryan zone, and Merrick McCullers with a big hit on Grant Hayes. And Franklin were going to get a power play, but then Hudson Loesch pushed off on McCullers. He's going to go to the box for unsportsmanlike, or Quinn Loesch, excuse me. So it ends up being coincidentals instead of a Franklin power play, and the coaching staff not very happy about that. So 99 seconds left in the second, 2-0 Franklin. Coincidentals for both teams. Merrick McCullers, I guess Merrick McCullers may have gotten an interference call. I'm not sure. That's what I'm guessing it was. Puck back in the Father Ryan zone. Austin Hester with it. Banks it off the near glass. Comes to Jacob Boren. Boren has it at center. Boren passes over to Colton Edwards. Edwards in the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Try to pass it over to Sullivan. Sullivan passing up top to Hester. It's intercepted by Cole Pointer and cleared. Wow, somebody intercepted a pass intended for Austin Hester and did it beautifully too. Here's Hudson Loesch trying to go to the front of the Father Ryan net. His shot stopped from in tight. Last minute of the second. And puck cleared out by Sullivan. He sends it into the Franklin bench. 58.2 seconds to go in the second. Draw to the right of Fonisbeck. Won by Franklin. One timer from Aiden Murphy. Blocked. Here's Owen McGrory to the front of the net. Shot stop. Rebound score. Murphy's initial shot was blocked, but Owen McGrory was able to grab the puck of the slot, carry it to the front of the net. First shot was stopped by Fonisbeck. He actually had a couple stopped by Fonisbeck, and then he managed to carry the puck sweep the puck around Fonnesbeck's right leg and put it in the back of the net, and it's 3-0 Franklin with 51.8 seconds to go in the second. Here's Michael Mannion, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Behind the net. Comes out to the left wing. Double team to the puck, knocked away, and Brendan Malloy will carry it out, but he coughs it up to Hudson Loesch. Puck sent back into the Irish zone, but it's icing. I think Quinn Spencer was trying to set somebody up for a pass, but nobody in a white sweater could get to it. 28.2 seconds to go in the second now. Draw to the right of Butters. Won by Franklin. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Held in at the right point by Jacob Boren, but he coughed it up. Here's Will McCormick chasing the puck into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Behind the net. Backhands it out in front. Went off the stick of Fonnesbeck. Alex Broy tried to get off a shot. Fonnesbeck has to dive out and cover. 8.2 seconds left in the second. 3-0 Franklin draws to the right of Fonnesbeck. Well, Michael Mannion got off a shot off the draw that went off the stick of the man taking it against him. I think it was Noah Deffenbaugh. Puck floated up in the air and caught by Fonnesbeck, so they'll drop it to his right again. Puck loose on the near side, and then is it for the second period. Maclaine Butters and Owen McGroarty with the goals for the Admirals, as Franklin now have a 3-0 lead over Father Ryan at the end of 2. Ready to go for the third and final period of this one. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. Zach Fonnesbeck still in goal for Father Ryan for this third period. Franklin will carry the puck from my left to right. Father Ryan from my right to left. Again, Admirals up 3-0. Oh, wow. Mount Juliet are leading MBA 3-2. Puck put out in front of the Father Ryan net. A one-timer missed the net. Oh, and a pane of glass got knocked out over there on Rink B. So there's a delay. But Mount Juliet are leading MBA 3-2. As a shot is gloved and held onto by Fonnesbeck. If MBA come back and win that game, Mount Juliet are out of GNASH Cup contention. Trauby to Fonnesbeck's right. Is won by Franklin, but taken away and cleared out by there. No, it's still in the zone. It went off a stanchion and stayed inside the zone. Josh Urievich did a great job holding it in, and then he coughs it up. Here's Austin Hester. into the Franklin zone on the right wing side, gets bumped off the puck. Here's Colin Sullivan. He let the puck get away from him enough for Brandon Mills to get it out of the zone. Here's Casper Thurston, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Put it in front, trying to get a tip from Maclaine Butters, but that wasn't going to happen. Back the other way goes Colton Edwards. Edwards into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. A shot stopped by Grayson Butters. Puck sent to the far boards. And Colin Sullivan dropped it down low, but he wasn't looking where it was going, and it's picked up and carried out by Casper Thurston, who backhands it back into the Father Ryan zone. And a wraparound try by Brandon Mills was stopped by Fonnesbeck. I think he hit the outside of the post to Fonnesbeck's left. I don't think Fonnesbeck actually ever touched the puck. Puck in front! And a shot from Butters stopped and held onto by Fonnesbeck. Draws to the left of Fonnesbeck. One by the Irish, then around the boards to the far side. There's going to be a penalty against Franklin. Chaffin bagging into the Franklin zone, gets knocked off the puck by Grant Hayes, touched up by Mannion. It's not, Aiden Murphy's not out there, is he? Okay, good. He's going to be on somebody different. Because Aiden Murphy has 3 penalties against him, and if he gets one more, he's out of the game. It'll be Grant Hayes going off for tripping. So the Irish return to the power play. Down 3-0 with 12:07 to go. Draw to the left of Grayson Butters. One by Franklin, poked out to center. Stump back in. The Irish didn't put the big guns out there. They didn't put the top line out there. Surprised by that. Here's Gavin Akers behind his own net. Circling around his own net because he knows that the Irish's top guns aren't out there, and he fires it to the other end of the rink. Puck back in the Franklin end, but the Admirals control, and it's fired out again. Puck back in the Franklin zone again, and cleared out by the Admirals once more, and this time with a Father Ryan top line out there. Under a minute left of the power play for the Irish. Franklin content to let Father Ryan bring the puck in the zone so they can take it away and clear it out. Here's Austin Hester around the back of the Franklin net. Gets it poked off his stick. Gets back to it. He's on the left wing side. Passes out high, but Jacob Boren was already moving down the wall. And here's Michael Mannion on a breakaway in the Father Ryan net. A shot stopped by Fonnesbeck. Shorthanded mini breakaway for Franklin, but Zach Fonnesbeck stops it. And then the Irish go offside. Colton Edwards had the puck, was carrying it into the Franklin zone, and it poked off his stick by Akers, and then Colin Sullivan came in the zone anyway. Or came into the zone. 13 seconds left of the power play. 10:20 to go in the game. Still 3-0 Franklin. Draws on the dot in front of the Franklin bench. One by Franklin. Aiden Murphy ends up clearing it into the Father Ryan bench, trying to dump it into the zone. Then Colton Edwards with a little poke at Murphy after the whistle. And Cole Pointer was telling him what was what. And they're going to drop the puck right at center. 8 seconds left of the man advantage for the Irish. Here's Edwards, dumbing it back into the Franklin zone off the draw. Penalty time against Franklin is up there back at even strength. Puck behind the net. Here's Edwards getting knocked down. Here's Josh Arievich. He clears the puck out, sent back in by Carter Middleton. Here's Hudson Richards behind his own net. Passes ahead to Aiden Murphy. He actually went off his skates, comes to Michael Jaskowski, who backhands it through the air back into the Franklin zone. Hudson Richards trying to clear it out. Owen McGroarty, one of the goal scorers, the most recent goal scorer, carries it through center. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing side. It jabbed away, held in Murphy. He'll dump it back down. Irish come up with it, and here's Colin Sullivan carrying it out. Sullivan brings it into the Franklin zone, gets off a shot that's over the net. Pointer tried to clear it out, intercepted and held in by Noah Deffenbaugh, and his soft shot from the right wing boards was intercepted right in front of the net by Quinn Spencer. And Spencer will carry it out. Here's Spencer behind his own net trying to stuff it in at the left-hand side of the net, stopped by Fonisbeck. And puck cleared out by the Irish. It's back in the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer clears it out. Here's Jacob Boron. Pass ahead to Brendan Malloy. Malloy, and it jabbed off his stick. It ends up back in the Franklin zone anyway. It's cleared out by David Unger. Aiden Murphy, right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Try to pass across to Grant Hayes. Here's a shot from Murphy, steered away by Fonisbeck. Puck out in front. Big tie up for the puck of the inboards. And coming up with the Irish, here's Chapman Smith on the far side. Cleared out by Father Ryan. Quinn Spencer will bring it back into the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. Puts it out in front. It's behind the net. And a centering pass intercepted. Here's Chaffin Baggett at center. Poked away from Carter Middleton right at the Franklin blue line. Jacob Boren sends it back into the Franklin zone, cleared right out by David Unger. Here's Will McCormick getting knocked down on the right wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Now Gavin Akers from his own blue line carries the puck back into the Father Ryan zone. Drops it back. Pass in front, Maclaine Butters, a shot! Did he score? Yes, he did. Maclaine Butters turns right around, faces the net, and sends it underneath. Zach Fonisbeck into the back of the net for his second goal of the game to give Franklin a 4-0 lead with 7:01 to go. Austin Hester, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Soft shot, stopped by Butters, Grayson Butters. Puck out on the near boards. And it'll be carried out by Gavin Akers. Here's Casper Thureson, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Flipping it to the front of the net for Akers, looking for his second. Shot stopped by Fonisbeck. And the Irish end up icing the puck. 6:26 to go. Actually, 1 second ticked off. 6:25 to go, still 4-0. Franklin. And I guess they called icing by mistake, so they're going to drop it to Grayson Butters left in the Franklin zone. Draw one by Father Ryan. Shot from Jack Sutterth, gloved and held on to by Butters. The Irish one shot away from matching the total they had against Franklin in the first meeting on October 25th. Draw beat up Butters left again. They're not putting it up. I guess they thought it was too high. I don't know. Draw over the Irish again. Puck behind the net, Colton Edwards. Hester lost it. Here's Hudson Loesch. Loesch Ahead to Grant Hayes off his stick into the Irish zone. Quinloche with it now on the left wing. Around the back of the net, tried to put it in front, went off a stick. Comes to Colin Sullivan. Sullivan will carry it out. It's flicked away from Hester at center. And puck carried back into the farther end zone, but offside. Yeah, it looked offside. Grant Hayes was in front of Hudson Loesch. Hudson was trying to bring the puck in. 5:40 to go, 4-0. Franklin leading. Still 3-2 Mount Juliet over MBA. They must be in the third. Franklin with a puck off the draw. And it's taken away by Colton Edwards. Edwards carries it to center, brings it into the Franklin zone on the right wing side, drops it off to Colin Sullivan, but off his stick. And Hudson Loesch able to pass it ahead to big brother Quinn. Quinn Loesch, left wing side of the Father Ryan zone. Gets around Michael Jaskowski. Around the back of the net, comes out to the right wing side. Passes off to Michael Mannion. His cross-ice pass, intercepted and carried out by Colin Sullivan. Sullivan back into the Franklin zone, dumps it down the wall. Gavin Akers with it. Akers back into the Father Ryan zone. Whipped in the shot attempt, held on to Owen McGroarty's shot. Stopped by Fonisbeck. Cleared out by the Irish. Here's Cole Pointer inside his own zone, passing it over to Hudson Loesch. Loesch carries it to center. Back into the Father Ryan zone on the left wing. Gets to the front of the net, a shot. Stopped by Fonisbeck, and he dives out and covers up the rebound. Well, Matthew Moore has scored for Mount Juliet, so that game is now tied at 3. Puck comes on the Franklin goal from all the way at the other end of the ice, stopped by Grayson Butters, and they do count it as a shot attempt. Puck ends up back in the Father Ryan zone. Here's Hudson Richards trying to put it in front, but Cole Pointer couldn't get a stick on it. Now Aiden Murphy sends it to the front of the net, knocked away by Fonisbeck. Comes back to Hudson Richards. His long-range shot misses the net to the left of Fonisbeck. Puck out over in the right wing corner. Cole Pointer gets knocked down. Here's Casper Thureson. Turns it over, and then it's taken back by Pointer. Pointer drops it back behind the net for Thureson. Comes out to the left wing, a backhander. Stopped and held on to by Fonisbeck from near the right-hand side of the net. 3:08 to go, 4-0. Franklin leading the Irish. Draws to Fonisbeck's right. One by Franklin, and a one-timer off the draw from Quinn Spencer. Misses the net to the right of Fonisbeck. Puck put out in front again, and a shot from Owen McGroarty. Turned away by Fonisbeck. Puck comes back up to the blue line, and Spencer over to David Unger. Unger sends it past the net from the right wing wall. And Chaffin Baggett carries the puck to center, and it poked away. Here's Will McCormick. Now up, McCormick getting knocked down at center by Harper Howard. Harper Howard shot stopped. I'm sorry, not Harper Howard. David Unger, a shot stopped. Oh, and Will McCormick had a glorious chance to bury the rebound. He sent it through the crease right in front of the goal line. Quinn Spencer flipping the puck or chipping it up the far wall. Comes back to center, and a long-range shot on goal from Jacob Boren is stopped by Grayson Butters. And now Father Ryan have matched their shot on goal total from the October 25th meeting. Here's David Unger. Back in the Father Ryan zone on the right wing side. His shot gloved and held onto by Faunus. 1:40 to go, still 4-0. Franklin. Actually, I think Father Ryan had 10 shots. They didn't count that Jacob Boron shot from earlier in the period. Draws to the left of Faunusbeck. Puck put out in front by Brandon Mills, but Casper Thurston couldn't get a stick on it. Here's Austin Hester in the left wing corner. Trying to clear it out, and he ends up putting it in the netting above the glass. Draws to the right of Faunusbeck. Here's Colin Sullivan sending it into the Franklin zone. Gavin Akers gets in front of Colton Edwards. Owen tried to stop and force Edwards to miss him. Edwards put the puck out in front, but Akers came out in front of the net and intercepted it. Now it's back in the Father Ryan zone, but an icing called against Franklin. As a pass ahead went too far for Brandon Mills to track down, and it was from behind the red line. 68 seconds to go. Still 4-0 Franklin. Draws to the left of Butters. Grayson Butters. Draw one by Franklin. Puck cleared to center by Quinn Loesch. Coming back towards the Father Ryan net. Stopped and covered up by Faunusbeck as we enter the final minute of the game. Draws to Faunusbeck's right. One by Franklin. Puck is behind the net, put out in front, but intercepted and carried out by Jacob Boron. Puck in the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Colton Edwards puts it in the slot, and a one-timer from Colin Sullivan is stopped and covered up by Butters. And Gavin Akers being warned. Sorry, it's Hudson Loesch being warned by the official that he'll get a 10. Draw is to the right of Butters, and there was a penalty against Franklin as Grant Hayes is in the box. Casper Thurston has to come off because it's a 5-on-4 situation. Franklin win the draw. Gavin Akers trying to clear. Sent towards the front of the net again, and a shot steered away by Grayson Butters. And Maclaine Butters now passing it out to center. Brandon Mills tracking it down inside the Father Ryan zone. A shot, score. Brandon Mills with a quick little slapper from the left circle. Short-handed goal, top left corner on the left-hand side of the net. It's 5-0 Franklin with 15.6 to go, 97 seconds left in the penalty. Draw one by Franklin again. Here's Brandon Mills, a shot stopped and held onto by Faunusbeck. So the Admirals are going to open the second half with a win and move to 7-0-1 in the race for the GNASH Cup. Draw one by the Admirals to the right of Faunusbeck, a slap shot blocked. Puck cleared out to center. Gavin Akers dropping it back to Hudson Loesch, who drops back towards his own net, and that's it. Franklin kick off the second half, victorious. A 5-0 win over the Irish. And the Admirals complete a regular season sweep of Father Ryan, who fall to 1-1 in the second half and 4-5 in the GNASH Cup race. Franklin, I'm thinking, I'm going to say they had 41 shots. So a tremendous start to the second half for Franklin, who for the moment go back into the lead in the GNASH Cup race. The NBA Mount Juliet game hasn't finished yet. If that game ends tied, Mount Juliet will still be in GNASH Cup contention, but barely. I mean, they'll be right on the cutting edge. And uh-oh. Got some guys yelling at each other after the buzzer, and we don't need that. And the coaching staff making sure that Franklin make their way back to the locker room. And all seems to be calm now. So the goal scorers in this one for Franklin, obviously Father Wright didn't score any. 2 for Maclaine Butters, 1 for Gavin Akers, 1 for Owen McGroarty, and 1 for Brandon Mills. Player of the game is going to be Maclaine Butters with his 2 goals, as Franklin win this one 5-0. So we've got just 2 games left being played tonight. We've got NBA Mount Juliet over on Rink B. It is 3-3, I guess, in the third. And then we got Ravenwood and Ensworth going on in Antioch. That game got started about 40 minutes ago. So the finals from tonight so far: Centennial 4, Tennessee Outlaws 3, USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 5, Brentwood 1, and Franklin beating Father Ryan 5-0. So here are the standings, the second half standings, with tonight's games now in the books. Franklin and Summit now both atop Tier 1 at 1-0. Actually, Summit. No, wait. It's Franklin going ahead of Summit on goal differential because Summit's is +4. So they're 1-0. Father Ryan dropped to 1-1. NBA and Ensworth both at 0-1. Ravenwood at 0-0. They're still, well, they're playing right now. And at the bottom of Tier 1, it's Mount Juliet and Pope at 0-1. Tier 2, Centennial at 2-0. Hendersonville now at 1-0. Hendersonville and Rutherford both 1-0. USN and the Outlaws both at 1-1. Outlaws should be ahead of USN because they beat them. Brentwood and Independence Ravenwood 2 both at 0-1. and Station Camp Liberty Creek are both at 0-2. The schedule for next week has not yet been posted. Obviously, there are no games next week. Play will resume on November the 27th, but the schedule for that night has not yet been posted, so I can't go over it with you. And I guess I'm going to have to go and watch that NBA Mount Juliet game to the end over on Rink B once I'm done here. Actually, they have just over a minute left. I might be off the air by the time that game gets through. I'm watching that on the okay, it's muted. Okay, because I'm about to play the music, folks, because about to get out of here and say goodnight. Well, that is it. That is it for the first 8 weeks of the 2023-2024 GNASH regular season. I want to thank you all so much for listening. Every year around this time I say I'm thankful for your support, and that is absolutely true. Without you, I would not be doing this. This is season 15 for me covering GNASH. So I hope you all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you all have a safe week away from the rink next week. And that when we come back, you're going to be ready for 2 weeks of fast action, and then we're done until after New Year's. Our final score tonight, Franklin 5, Father Ryan nothing. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you again from somewhere on Monday, November 27th. Good night from Centennial, everybody.